Hello and welcome back to Bookish and welcome back to my Saturday Hodgepodge, my weekly wrap-up of all things booktube, bookish, whatever the heck else I want to talk about. Probably be a pretty quick one today, in part because of problems I've been having with reading, which I'll talk about here in just a minute. But I thought I'd start off today by doing a tag, and this is a tag I haven't been tagged in, but it seems like one of those tags which I just kind of like. It's about booktube. It doesn't require me to get a lot of books or insert a lot of pictures of what I've been reading, so I just thought I would do that tag real quick. And it is the, let's see, what's it called? It's the Tell the Truth tag? Yeah, Tell Me the Truth tag. The Tell Me the Truth tag was originally created by a channel called Shannon's Bookish Musings and Music. So I'll leave a link to the original down below. I've seen many people do the tag recently and it just looked like fun, quick tag to do, so I thought I would do it today for Saturday. Anyway, all the questions are kind of really about how you, as a content creator, booktube yourself. So question number one, do your friends and family, coworkers know about your booktube channel? If so, do they watch? The answer is sometimes. Some of my family members know, my sister, certainly my wife, son, daughter, son-in-law, they know about my booktube channel. I'm retired, so I don't have coworkers anymore, but when I was still working and doing this channel, I didn't tell people at work. It would make me self-conscious, probably about the things I said, which I know might, rub people I actually know in real life the wrong way. Not about politics stuff, people know that all the time, but just about kind of other things. So kind of yes and no to that question. Prompt 2, when watching booktube videos, do you ever speed them up to save time? I almost always speed up booktube videos to save time. I usually watch a booktube video on 1.5 speed, which saves me about a third of the time of the total time of the video. And I find that for the most part, it doesn't affect my ability to understand what's being said. And by doing that, I get to watch, theoretically at least, 1/3 more booktube videos because I can fit more in the time. Now, I don't speed up videos that are like vlog videos. If you're like going to all the trouble of vlogging, and I know how much trouble vlogging is because I've done a few, and there's a reason I don't do very many. If you're going to all the trouble of vlogging, I'm not going to speed that up. I'm going to watch that on real time and see the things you want to show me. So there is a little bit of a difference there, but otherwise, yes, always. Prompt 3, do you watch videos from all the booktubers you subscribe to, all their videos or just some? So this again is kind of a mixed answer. It kind of depends on the person. I would say that I try to watch a video from most of the people who I subscribe to whenever I can, or whenever the topic they're covering interests me. So if you are one of the people I subscribe to and I'm an occasional viewer, I'm kind of like looking through all the videos that I have on my to watch list for my subs, and yours really got my interest. There are some booktubers who I watch pretty much all of their videos. I won't name them here to so I don't embarrass them or anyway, kind of seem like I'm playing favorites, but I think that's pretty normal. I think I subscribe to around 400 channels, and there's just no way I could watch every video. Oh, by the way, there are just certain types of videos I don't watch at all. For instance, I don't watch haul videos, I don't watch unhaul videos, and I don't watch library tour videos. So it's not that I've never watched those, but I do, generally speaking, don't watch those because they're just not my favorite type of booktube content. Prompt 4, do you subscribe to everyone who subscribes to you or only channels you really want to see? I don't watch or subscribe to every channel who subscribes to me. That kind of sub for sub thing where you subscribe to somebody because they subscribe to you is a good way to kind of build your community when you're starting off, but after you've been at booktube for a while, it becomes really difficult. If you think about it, if you have when you achieve 1,000 subscribers, that means you would have to, assuming that the majority of your subscribers were the booktubers that you would be subscribed to, 750, 600 channels, and watching all of those videos would be pretty close to, I think, impossible to do that, make your own videos, and read, and not to mention actually live a life where you interact with family and other people. I probably come close to being able to do that because I'm retired, so I don't have to do a whole lot. Prompt number 5, that was prompt 5. Prompt number 5. Do you subscribe to booktubers based on content or personality? I've said many times before that booktube newbie tag is really invaluable to me in finding new channels. I look to see what the type of books they read, and generally speaking, I choose from that. So I would say I choose the channels I subscribe to most often based on content, but oftentimes I watch those channels more regularly, or I say subscribe to those channels based on personality. But having said that, there's not one BookTube personality that I like over all the others. I like a lot of different personalities because I like a lot of different kinds of people. So it's not like saying, okay, well, this is the personality I'm looking for, and if I don't get it, then I'm not going to watch. Prop 6, do you listen to BookTube videos while doing other things, or do you sit and watch the video? Again, if it's a video where I know somebody's talking about a book or talking about several books, in that case, generally speaking, I sometimes do something else. Sometimes I'm like looking at my own comments. I answer comments a lot while I'm listening to other people's BookTube channels. But again, if it's a vlog, if you're showing me something, if there's a real visual element, then I actually watch. I choose not to watch those videos, like while I'm doing the dishes. I listen to a lot of BookTube videos while I'm cooking or while I'm doing the dishes. But if it's a visual one, then I actually watch it. And I don't do that. And then prompt 7 is to tag other people. Like I said, I wasn't tagged to do this, so I'm just going to tag anybody who wants to do this really, I think, kind of fun, give you kind of insight into the way different people approach BookTube type video. So the other thing the second thing I want to talk about in this video is my weekly reading, which I do almost every Saturday. This is probably the least informative weekly reading I'm going to have. The only thing I finished is I did finish the audiobook of 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup, and that's just incredible. I think I'm going to do a video next week about the importance of slave narrative, something which, even though I'm was a historian professionally, something I really hadn't paid enough attention to. So I want to do a video about that, but it's just really extraordinary, and it's not just as well written, but the story it tells is so detailed, and he names names and places and specifics that it would be hard even for the most ardent denier of the truth of critical race theory to suggest that this wasn't real or wasn't true. And one of the things that's true about almost all these slave narratives is they start off with the formerly enslaved person who's writing the narrative explaining that they actually wrote it and it is actually true, because there were so many skeptics because of racism about the idea that black people could even write or would be able to come up with these stories, or that they would tell the truth. So that's really that's the only thing I finished. I'm about halfway through How the Word is Passed, and I'm planning on picking that up again today, and I should be finished by Sunday. The first two chapters, the first chapter is about Monticello, the second chapter is about a plantation in Louisiana, the third chapter is about Angola prison, also in Louisiana, which used to be a plantation, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the writing is good. I think the ideas are good. We'll see how it goes the rest of the way, but I can see why it's gotten fairly high praise from most of the people who've read the book. And then the rest of my reading has been BookTube Prize reading, and I'm really struggling. I hate to always sound negative about BookTube Prize, because like I said last week, I really like it. I really think it's a good thing. I really don't want it to go away, and I was disappointed that that there weren't enough judges to do translated fiction again this year, but I am struggling with my nonfiction group. One of the books is I would just say it's truly bad. It's not that it's not interesting, but it's very difficult to read because of the way in which it's written, and it doesn't seem to matter whether or not I pay attention to the threads of the things being said or told, or the instance being related. It's just all like flashes or scenes over and over again, or different scenes one after the other. And I'm gaining some understanding of the subject, but it's just difficult. And then the other book is just on a topic that I just am not very interested in, and it's very detailed, it's very in-depth, it's written by an expert, and it's just not something that I have that much interest in. I'm kind of looking forward to being able to explain myself when I can actually review my BookTube Prize books in April. But that's kind of how reading's going. Let's see. So the only other thing else I wanted to talk about was just kind of to ask a question, as I sometimes do, and this I don't think is enough for like a Random Thought Thursday video, but it occurred to me in thinking about and seeing other people review Cormac McCarthy's work recently, to wonder if we don't give books that are difficult to read, difficult to understand, do we give them too much credit for being good? Do we automatically assume that a book that's complicated, that deals with complex ideas, that is written in a challenging style, do we automatically assume that that book is better than one that's written in a straightforward style? I think I think that appreciating the effort of an author to do something different, to challenge the norms of the novel, is all well and good. And so, I have appreciation for those things, particularly in the past, but some today as well. But does that necessarily make the book better? Like, just to use the most obvious example, Finnegan's Wake is more difficult to read. My buddy Alan will argue with me, but Finnegan's Wake is more difficult to read than Ulysses, I think. And generally, consensus that's the case. Does that make Finnegan's Wake a superior novel? Is the indecipherability sometimes of Cormac McCarthy's language and images and the allusions he makes to math or science or whatever, does that make those books better, or does it just make them more complex and difficult to read? Are we confusing complexity with literary quality? And if so, is it because we feel like we need to figure out all the books we read, and the more complex they are, the more thought we put into them, so the more we assume they must be good because they challenge us. Anyway, if you have answers to that or have thoughts about that, please leave those in the comments section below. Look forward to all your comments, and as always, thank you for watching.